Lord City Port Richey Events Committee meeting Monday, March 2nd, 2026. I stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Who's taking roll? We don't have a.
I don't have a roll.
Oh, you got it, Carolyn?
I don't have it, but I can take it.
You want to take it?
I can take
Yeah,
it.
we.
I think I know everybody.
Yeah. Username, thanks.
Okay. Chairman John Aaron.
You need a list?
No, I got it. I'm going to go through the room. Thanks, though. Chairman John Aaron Cooper.
Here.
Vice Chairwoman Caroline Gonzalez here. Secretary Kim Lakari. Let the record reflect that Kim Lakari is not here. Member Amanda Cooper. Here. Member Christina Fitzpatrick. I knew your last name. I was like, Christina.
Christina, present.
Okay, perfect. City Manager John King.
Here.
Perfect. Member Troy Peterson. There you go.
Yeah.
And member Laura Cano. Here. And member Atlanta McDonald. Let the record reflect that Atlanta McDonald is not present.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, next up we have minutes, nothing to approve tonight. So moving on to comments from the general public. I'll open up the comments from the general public. I have no signups and it doesn't appear I have any public. So I will bring that back to comments from the committee members. And let's start to my right with Member Peterson.
Nothing at this time,
Okay.
Mr. Mayor.
Member Knoll.
Nothing at this time.
Member King.
Nothing is shot. Thank you.
Member Hoover.
No, good, thank you.
Member Fitzpatrick.
No, nothing other than the seafood festival.
Okay. Vice Chair Gonzalez.
Nothing.
Okay. I have nothing as well. Other than I'm not sure if Hidden Creek was going to come. He asked if we had a meeting tonight. He did, I guess, firm up some times and stuff. So I don't know if he may pop in here at some point, but he has some information about the golf cart poker run. And I will also say that we did receive the $2,500 check from Brad Yeager and Unreal Marine. So we have all our sponsorships in now. We still got to get some forms and stuff, but we do have the money. So we have the $2,500 from Unreal Marine, $2,500 from Ocean Honda, or not Ocean Honda, Honda Port Richey, and we had 500 from who's that sound?
Advent Health.
Yep, and then we had was it 500 or 1,000 from Hidden Creek?
It was 500.
500 from Hidden Creek.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should have all that in now, and then we had a $4,000 balance or whatever there. So based on the original conversations and our budget we talked, we should be good on all that. It should be basically cover our costs and still have whatever we had the balance coming in. So it should work out good. I have nothing else. So moving on to committee business. Item number 1, final preparations and discussion for Hooked on the Bayou Seafood Festival. I know last week we had a few loose ends to tie up. One of those was obviously the kids zone stuff. Did you have some additional information?
I do have concerns.
Okay.
I don't have a concern that they won't fit over there. I have a concern about the layout after looking at this, but I also have a concern if people come in and go to the playground and go to the inflatables, they're not going to go over, not all of them are going to go over to this festival because it's off tucked away to the side. When I say the layout, I state the layout because on record, I would either have to put the slides on the one side and change them around, especially with human trafficking and safety of the kids. I would never want to have a north-south bound because if they go in on the south end, then they come out on the north and people aren't going to see that. It's going into the woods, things like that, where you don't want them to enter there and then come out here.
Well, so those woods, there's a water body behind that. And it's a canal that goes back through there, so it's
Still not safe.
well, no, it's not like it's just straight up woods. There is waterway behind there.
Okay. So basically just for the safety. But secondly, and I spoke to one of the vendors, they had also concerns because everything's towards the front. So I think it would be better, and I wasn't here that evening because I thought the meeting was on Tuesday
Mhm.
because you were closed for President's Day. If there is a way to put the inflatables back by the side with the fire truck, because if I was a vendor, I wouldn't want my kids going all the way to the north side.
The camera
and
is
if I
off
don't-
center. It's like on one of the TVs.
All right, just give me a minute. Okay.
That's Kim.
No, I was just letting you
Okay.
know.
That's Kim. That's Kim.
Do I have to stop for him?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So like I said, I have concerns with the inflatables off to the side because I don't feel if they come in and they do the inflatables, they're not going to come over to the event.
Why would you think that? Just because they're I mean, I would think they still would. I mean,
Two reasons. One is kind of their rope tucked away to the side. And as a young parent, thinking back in the day, you have kids, you go to the playground, you go to the inflatables, why go spend money on the other side? So I would integrate the inflatables with the event, not pushed off to the side, because I feel it would help more vendors if the inflatables were part of the event and not tucked off to the side.
so if I'm looking at Waterfront Park,
I can't hear, Sal.
let's see.
Has everyone got their mics on?
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't hear what was just said.
Kim, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I didn't hear what was just said.
Okay, so Christina is asking about the location of the inflatables and stuff being on that back side there and not being integrated into the.
Okay.
Oh, Sal, I thought Sal was on the phone with you, so he's on the phone with somebody else. Yeah, so not being, I guess, close to where the vendors and stuff are, it's kind of on the back side. So I was pulling up a map just to kind of look at that that area. So I'm assuming you're looking at
I'm looking at this page,
the
but
layout.
I don't have and I don't know if she heard before. I also have concern of safety going on that side. I would rearrange the inflatables if we were over there, but I do have concerns that the inflatables are tucked off to the side. They're not really part of the event. Parents can come in, go to the playground, go to the inflatables, and leave. But the whole purpose of having the inflatables was to drive people to the event. So even if we can figure out a way to put it back by the fire truck, it's just more safety. And if there's
They
any
can't
other
go over there. There's not any room over there. We already talked about this. It needs to go over there on the other side of where the playground is, so it's contained.
Okay, and that's it.
And this wasn't even the fact that you're saying to bring people here. This was supposed to be an event that was supposed to be live music. The inflatables was an afterthought.
So you don't want events and activities for the kids?
I didn't say that, but they're over there for a reason. I mean, we have limited space right now. We have over 40-something vendors.
Actually, over
58.
58 now.
Over 50, I'm sorry, over 50 vendors.
Well, it's just
And we can't put inflatables in the middle of them and then have people listening to generators run. It's bad enough that we're going to have the generators running from some of the food trucks.
So,
wait, hold on. I'm sorry. You guys voted on this when I wasn't even here, knowing that I was the one that was kind of organizing the kid area, and you're
We
talking
didn't
about
vote on
and you weren't
anything.
on the phone
We didn't
before
vote on anything.
when. Excuse me. You weren't on the phone before, so you couldn't hear. If you put in an obstacle inflatable north and south, you're going to have kids entering the one side, coming out on the other end. It would be more wise to put it horizontally, east to west, specifically to make sure you can always have a view of the kids. You never let kids leave kids
Okay, but the
unattended.
the parents should be over there with the kids. It's not anybody's job to babysit somebody else's children.
No, you're right, and I don't disagree. But if I was a vendor, and I would usually, as a vendor, and I've been vendors of many events, I would allow my kids to go off and go to the inflatables. I would not feel comfortable if I was a vendor over here, and now you're going to put my kid, and I'm let my kid all the way to the north end of the event. And I don't think if a parent was sitting and watching and listening to the music, that they're going to want their kids all the way off to the side. And if they're all the way on the north end, they're not going to hear the music and going to the vendors. They're going to be pushed off to the side.
Okay, so one thing. So if it were to be all the way in the back where we kind of originally talked about it, you would still have a large area, in between where the parents would be from watching the music and stuff up there by the pavilion. You'd have all those vendors and stuff in between them and the kid area, so it really wouldn't be much different having it there or there. It's still going to be on the outer skirts. You follow
We
me?
have the fire truck, unless you want to put the fire truck on the north end too. But then the point is, you're trying to attract people into the event. So if you have the inflatables on the south side, then they're gonna have to go through the event, pass through vendor tables, which is the idea, is have them coming in and engaging with the vendors and the food trucks.
I mean, true. So with the very first thing you're going to come to in the case we have it is the kid area, which is, and I guess the thought is that the playground is already there, and that playground adds to the kid zone. And so you could technically have, if we had that in the back, you would have some people in the playground doing their thing, and you'd also have kids in the inflatables or whatever. So from my perspective, it makes sense to have it where the other kid stuff is. Not, and granted, if people are going to come in and just do the kids thing and not engage in the event, I mean, that's unfortunate, but that's not a big deal, I guess. The big portion of it is we have something for kids, and that area is going to be designated for that.
The other reason why they were put over there was because you can see them from the road. If they're inside the park, you're not going to be able to see them.
Right.
That's going to be one of the first things you see when you come in.
You really don't want, for human trafficking and the safety of kids, you really don't want people seeing kids running around and then you go and someone can
Again,
be
there should not be any instance where if I had a child, I would not just drop my kid off at an inflatable and go do something else and then check on them every half hour to hour. I mean, I would keep my eye on them. So again, the park is gated. It's surrounded by water. And so if there was to be an incident, they would have to basically come through the entrance or hop the fence. I mean, we're also going to have a presence there, so hopefully we would have that. But again, nobody should leave their children unattended anywhere, even if it's in a park. So I mean, these are real issues, and when you take your kid out, these things you got to worry about. But I don't think no matter where we would put it, you would still have that issue. If somebody's not watching their kid, somebody could pick them up in broad daylight and offer them to buy ice cream, and off they go. So parents need to make sure that they're keeping tabs on their children. I do think we have the area there. It's around the playground anyway, where they would normally be. It just enhances the playground, if you will. It is concealed in the park. Again, if you drop your kid off anywhere, they're not going to be completely safe because nobody's watching. We also should have somebody. My understanding is, if we vote on this, we're going to have somebody attending those blow up things.
correct. But I would also recommend changing the layout of the inflatables. I guess we can do that day as well. But
If you want to look at the layout as far as inflatables in that area, I think that's okay. But to move them all the way to the back in the park, just because we do have so many vendors.
I think it should be part of the event, though, not just tucked away. Again, vendors want people to come. We want people to come. We want people to engage in the event. If they're off to the side, they're kind of segregated over there. And I'm just making it known that I think, and I personally feel that it should be part of the event. And if that's the case and you don't want to, then why do we have a fire truck over here and not in with the kid area?
Because they have to make the turn there. I think that's where they fit. That's where they're always.
They just always stage back there.
Right. They have to be able to get in and out quickly.
Yeah. And
Well, actually, at the front of the park would be a lot quicker.
There's parking there, but I understand what you're saying. However,
and the police, they always set up in that corner right there. So
Yeah.
actually, the police are going to be closer to the kids in this instance than they would be if they're back by the fire truck.
It's a close space. I mean, we can watch a kid.
Because you see that little turn there right by the pavilion? That's where the police set up their little headquarter thing. So you're going to have heavy police presence right there, and that's right across from where the kids will be at. So from that aspect, it would be better over here.
Yeah, and also like for food and stuff, the food's going to be on this side. So if they're hungry or parents want to get them lemonade or something like that, it's all going to be on this side.
Yeah, it's going to be
They're
on the
gonna come
opposite
this
side.
way. Yeah, because I had thought of putting a lemonade vendor around there or something. Because we have 3. But I don't know.
And we are going to have vendors right there along that first turn too. That's I think
It's like
that's where the golf cart tent's going to be.
Yes.
The chamber's going to be there.
Yeah.
The city tent's probably going to be there.
Correct.
So
We'll be there.
there's going to
I have to see if we can fit a vendor. My thing was to put a lemonade stand, like a lemonade vendor there, by the kids and maybe something kid stuff. I was supposed to have a person registering for face painting. I don't think they've registered yet, but I want to put them there too. You know, put kid stuff with kids. But actually, the way it is, they're not that far from the pavilion. When you're at the park, here it looks farther, but
Well, could I ask Troy, because you've done, sorry to put you on the spot, you've done plenty of events at the park and cleanups and things like that. I know when we're at the pavilion, sometimes it's good to, the kids do go and play on their own, but now you're having them even back north, even more north. So I was just wondering your opinion on your kids.
Which right up against the playground.
Yes, it's
You're-
north.
I mean,
of the
you're the playground, you got a walkway, and you get your inflatable. So it's actually it's more to the north, but it's there right next to the playground. So that's where that's where they go.
Well, my point is, it's just not part of the event. It's
Well, the whole park is
On
part of the
the
event,
north
side.
and so again, it's probably a little late in the game to change that. And I don't know if it's a battle we ought to fight. Really, we've got it kind of laid out.
Well, I don't think it
if it doesn't work well,
Mm.
then we can always look at changing the layout and maybe moving it around for future events. But I mean, without going through it, just logically, that looks like the best place to have it, just because that's where the playground is, and so you keep them all there. And it's actually, you're going to have parking all along, because we're parking where the dog park and stuff is all along there. So that's going to be a parking lot. So you really you're segregated. It's relatively safe back in there. It's isolated. You're going to have the police there. You're still going to have tents along there. So it's still very much part of the event. I mean, but to your point, if they just come in and hit the kid stuff and they never leave there and leave, they'll never get back in. And that's okay. I don't think that's what you're going to have food trucks all along here. People are going to get food to eat. I would think people that would just bringing their kids out to play in that, it would be short-sighted of them not to visit the rest of the stuff. But if they so choose, and there's nothing we can do about that. And force them to walk all the way across the park to go to the back still doesn't guarantee they're going to, if they're just there for the kid stuff, they don't care about the other stuff anyway. So I think if you're coming to Seafood Festival, you're probably going to engage in other things. But if you don't, that's okay too. It's still, we're providing that stuff for the kids. So I mean, I don't know if we can change it this late in the game, unless there's a real urgent reason to do that. And
just again safety and
well, it's going to be
having them
safe.
engaged.
I don't want to. Also in a public meeting, it's going to be a safe event.
Okay.
So there's again, anytime you bring your children out somewhere, you need to. I mean, they need to be supervised to a certain degree. If somebody's just going to pull up a whole post road and turn them loose there at the gate and not come back,
well, I wouldn't expect that, but I would
they're
expect
gonna be-
vendors to allow their kids.
Well,
to,
vendors too.
you know,
They're going to be safe. We're going to, like I said, we're going to have police. We're going to have fire there. We're going to have attendants at the inflatables. It's not. We're going to just put inflatables up there and nobody's watching. We're going to have. I hope that's.
yes, that's my responsibility, and I'm telling you the concerns that I have in advance. So
did we find out, we're talking about safety and concerns, did we find out that the what was it
insurance.
that you had asked about the insurance last time? Were you able to find that out with Jumping Jack?
I don't know what exactly you're asking. We're going to give you the additionally insured form for
COI.
safety.
And so,
It's
so,
called
so yes,
additional
that part we're covered. It was as far as using the volunteers or whatever to man the thing. If something happens with the volunteers, does their insurance cover that? Who's covering the case if like I said, one of these are they school kids that are going to be doing or something, or high school kids or something that you mentioned, or
College students.
college students, if they're on their phone texting, somebody falls, breaks their leg or something, are they? Is that
Would you like me to register through the chamber?
Huh?
Would you like me to register through the chamber?
But
I
thought you
don't
said
know
that
that. I
jumping-
mean, I don't know if there'd be an issue there too. If you possibly could do that. But
They're,
the question was, are we?
but again, the kids should not be left unattended, as you are
That's
mentioning
correct,
that no parents should be leaving them, which will happen.
All right.
But
Okay, we are trying to figure all this out. We just need to speak civilly. We don't need to have any attitude, anything like that. We're asking, and we've asked this several times. Jumping Jacks, is Jumping Jacks covering the volunteers?
they're volunteers.
Right.
That's what we needed to know.
Who's liable for these volunteers? Is it the
If
city?
they're injured,
If it's a city, that's probably an issue. Is what the concern is.
And that's what we've been trying to figure out. Because we have to get ahead of the game before, and we're only, what, 2 weeks away?
Right.
Not even 2 weeks?
So did you check with Jumping Jacks to see if they were going to?
they don't cover the volunteers. It's not their volunteers.
Okay.
I
But
would
I don't know.
assume they would.
I don't know. The assumption doesn't hold up in court. Is we need to know that what the insurance. I mean, normally the insurance policy would tell you what it covers. If it covers people running these things, are they just dropping the stuff off and leaving?
Mhm. And I was going to man it.
Okay.
I've
So
been
if it
working
does fall
with
back on this-
inflatables
Oh, oh.
and
Hold on, Kim's got something. Go ahead, Kim.
No, so if it does fall back on the city, shouldn't we be vetting those people if it does? Because I mean, I know from coaching cheerleading for 18 years, we had to have like fingerprinting and background checking to volunteer to be around children. So how does that work if it does fall back on the city?
Don, you got any thoughts on this?
I do know that there's really nothing that's going to prevent us from being liable. I mean, even with whole
Is that Don talking? Because I can't hear.
They're going to hold us not liable. If something does happen, the city's going to be liable to a certain degree, even if we have hold harmless documentation that says, "Hey, you know, you can't sue us if you sign this document." You know, that in itself is not true. Also, so it's either we have a policy or Jumping Jacks has a policy that they cover, you know, the people and kids with. And I think that was part of the discussion that we had last time. Because I think that with their insurance, they were going to do something like that, if I remember correctly, with the conversation.
Yeah, they got COI for their equipment that they're bringing, right?
yes, they have the additionally insured form that would cover the city of Port Richey if someone got hurt
Right on their
on
stuff.
their equipment. Yes.
So that I guess the question is you got twofold liability, right? You've got that part covered in their insurance. Does it require somebody to be watching or not? And if they are watching it and they get hurt on the equipment, does it still stand? Or I don't know how that works out. But you also probably have, from the volunteer perspective, like I said, maybe it's not the equipment that they get hurt on. Maybe, you know, they get mad and he yanks the kid out of line. I mean, things could happen with volunteers, and maybe one of the volunteers wasn't vetted properly, and he's a.
These are all honor society students. If that helps.
That doesn't mean anything.
I mean,
So-
again, there's no vetting process, so it's you know.
But from a liability with the insurance, we should be covered. Now it goes back to, like you guys are discussing, is the individuals that are participating in it. You know, does the liability cover them also, and does the liability cover us in that process also? So there's going to be liability towards the city,
Well, I guess-
the people that we're going to be using.
Would our insurance cover that probably?
Well, that's the only part is with that insurance right there, the use of the devices and everything should be covered. I
Right.
just don't know, you know, the only issue we're going to have is the volunteers and the physical exchange that occurs with them. You know, the city's going to be in a liable situation. So it just comes down to, you know, one, it's going to, there's risk assumed there. And we really don't have any policies that will cover us with that portion of it right there.
No, and this is why I've implored to this committee, and I've implored to the city in the past, is, you know, technically when you want other vendors to start putting on events in this park, which I strongly support having events. The thing is that these vendors should be providing a blanket of coverage. What we're doing here is piecemealing and putting puzzle pieces to try and complete something. And this is why this is going to constantly keep causing issues. We're going to constantly keep sitting here at the same meetings, having these deliberations, going back and forth about having coverage, not being 100% sure. The thing is, this is why I strongly suggest that moving forward after this event, we need to come back and figure out how can we keep having events moving forward and have these vendors bring us a blanket of coverage so we don't have to worry. We shouldn't be concerning ourselves with this.
Right.
You know, Many people at Sims Park put on events, and it's not the city, it's not Newport Richey's responsibility. They come in with a blanket of coverage. They provide the paperwork to Newport Richey and say, this is the event this is putting on, this is the policies that we have in place, and this is what we're doing. That's exactly what we want. We don't want to sit here and deliberate if the volunteers are going to be covered or if this is going to be covered or anything like that. That should be taken care of way before the event is even being put on.
Yeah. Well,
I understand that we're now constrained on time once again because we've wrestled with this during the centennial, we've wrestled with this beforehand, and now once again we're deliberating about the last minute about having these things. And the thing is that I'm sure of course we're going to have it move forward, but it's going to be a piecemeal, on the verge of hoping that something doesn't happen and that the city isn't held liable. I personally believe the city should be held liable, and the city should be taking care of that park on a yearly basis, maintaining the park so we can promote vendors to come in and put on events, and that's as far as the city should take it. I cannot stress this 100 times. I will continue to bring this up. That any committee in place needs to go forward and have this paperwork completed before putting on these events. I strongly suggest that after you guys have this event, we need to go back and get this locked down. So you guys aren't deliberating about who's doing this and who's doing that and how many people are. That's the vendor's responsibility.
Yeah.
It should be the chamber's responsibility to have all this taken care of. And you should be approaching the chamber, and you guys are basically just putting up in a tent and enjoying the event. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. Right now, you're scrambling now at the last minute, trying to make sure that if you have inflatables there, is someone going to be qualified to handle these children as they get on and off this thing throughout the entire day? We don't know that.
Right.
That's not a guarantee. Some may get tired, some may go home, some may have other things to do. They're volunteers. We can't ask them to stay. If they stayed an hour, that's great. But the thing is, there's no guarantee. But stuff like this should already be locked in place.
No, totally agree. And like I said, it's the issue here is the things for the kids and the additional liability that brings, and so. I don't know if the chamber can help, but again, then the chamber would have to they'd be asking the same questions. And so again,
That's why we had stated that we wanted a vendor. We spoke about this. We
right,
wanted
the vendor put it on, they
to
ban it, they take care of it, they complete liability.
That's what we wanted.
Why don't we just cancel the inflatables this time?
Well, I mean, that's the decision that we need to make tonight, is have it or not. And I hate to do that because I think it's important that we do provide something for the kids, but obviously we've got to be concerned about the liability and how that's handled. So
Okay. So they just responded. I said, "Do you have a copy of the waiver? Would the waiver cover the parents of the birthday parties and the volunteers? Are the volunteers covered with waiver?" They said, "Yes, the way it's written. I'll send you a picture of the waiver."
So, Caroline, if they, I don't even know how this would work. If they applied to be a vendor, would they fall under the chamber's insurance?
They would have to provide everything themselves. So they have to provide the COI, the certificate of insurance, and then put the chamber as under the certificate of insurance. But it's not going to be with volunteers and stuff.
But
That's we need to find out.
yeah, it's the same issue. The problem is what's really happening here is the city is renting equipment from a vendor, and the vendor is basically covering their equipment. They're not running it, and so chamber same way. Actually, chamber would be different because the vendor would be coming in. They would be acquiring a space, and they would be running the tent or whatever.
We actually have an inquiry for another market of ours of I don't know. It's like an air tag type of thing. They have an arena. They have their own thing, and then they go and they put it themselves,
and they
For
man
3
it.
times the amount.
but again, it doesn't matter the cost. The problem is that we're renting the equipment, and so if we rent the equipment, we have to staff it. And if we staff it, whether it's volunteers or not, there's a liability portion there. We just need to make sure that there's coverage there. If our insurance covers the liability if something happens with that, then maybe we're okay. But if we can't just not have that box checked. is a problem. And so to me, again, I'm not a lawyer, but it sounds like Don has talked to that these waivers of liability mean nothing, which surprises me. But that makes it easy if it worked. I guess they sign a liability waiver and then they can't do anything.
Well, Christine, the question I have is, and maybe this is a solution. What if we hire them to be our contractor? To
They
run
can't
it?
do it that weekend, and
Okay.
I've already discussed with them. I have had a background. I have coached gymnastics for 10 years. They had an inflatable park at the location called Blow It Up, and I used to run all the birthday parties for gymnastics and for the Blow It Up programs as well. I used to load my cart, go teach at the preschools, come back in. I'm very familiar with inflatable equipment. I've used it time and time again. I've used it at different events, even when I've done events in the city of Port Richey and Newport Richey. The additional insured from the Jumpin' Jacks has always been sufficient. And I know they even work with the school districts and things like that as well. So this isn't the first time they've done an event.
Well, you say it's always been sufficient. Sufficient for who?
The city of Port Richey and the city of Newport Richey by having the additionally insured.
Well, yeah, but
Certificate.
we're not talking about the equipment. We're talking about the staffing of that equipment. That's
They
not
didn't cover. They said it covers. And I know
their
you're gonna
insurance
want-
covers whoever we put on it. So if something happens with the honor society folks that put on it, their insurance is going
Do,
to cover that.
And they
what's
send
the
us an
difference? Do
email
we
with that?
vet
Do
all
we have
of,
that in writing?
do we
I know, that's what I was
vet
asking.
all of the vendors that are at the event, or
Well, if we have a certificate of insurance that says it covers all this and it covers those things, then that's fine, because then we don't have to worry about it. But if obviously if it only extends to the actual equipment and whoever's staffing it, it doesn't cover that. Somebody has to cover that.
it
May not
usually
ha-
covers
Well,
all of them?
There may not be anything that happens, and probably 95% of the time there's going to be nothing happen. But that 5% could put a huge liability on that. If somebody's staffing there and somebody goes back to check on their kid and they're gone, well, what happened to my kid? I have no idea. I was texting my girlfriend.
Well, again, even having
We got a
signs
problem.
up saying the parents are to stay close by. Here's a copy. I can send it to you if you like, Sal.
Copy of what?
The liability form.
Christine, can you send it to me?
Yes.
Thank you.
The city has used a liability form in the past. I mean, we did one for the Centennial. Everyone filled one out. I mean, to me, I think having them would probably help than not have them at all.
Oh yeah, you definitely would want it.
I mean, Caroline, please help me. Who actually supervised the entire time while she was
It
up
was
there?
just Julie.
It was just
Julie.
Julie, right? It was just Julie.
Yeah.
But she stayed up there the entire time. She made sure that every form was filled out. I still have all the copies from them. She stayed up there the entire time. We didn't have any incidents. I think as long as it's manned, like I said, I don't want to say no to. I wouldn't want to say no to something completely. I think if we just basically have the forms, we make sure that somebody is there during the entire time the festival, and make sure that every kid that gets on signs off on a form. I think you could be fine with having these this year. But what I strongly implore, just moving
Yeah,
forward,
going forward, we make sure.
you hire that vendor way ahead of time. Like if you want to do this at Boom in the Bayou, I would call him and say, look, we want you to be a Boom in the Bayou. We want you to completely staff it. Have a COI, have everything locked in place, and we're done.
There are vendors that will do things,
No.
but
Right.
they're going to charge kids. And if we want it for free, it's different. But there's one that we had to give $1,000 deposit, Swag Rentals. You have to give $1,000 deposit. They charge $10 per bracelet. The kid can do whatever they want, as much as they want the entire time. And then if you reach the $1,000 deposit, then you're good. Or if not, if they need to give back money or whatever, they will. But I mean,
And several vendors do this. I mean, like let's say the axe throwing. I've seen the axe throwing trailer come out. It's they make sure you sign everything. They actually have a pad. You sign all their forms up front before you throw anything, and they have that all locked down. You get a confirmation through your phone that it's done, and then it's okay. It's okay for you to use the axe throwing. But that's what I'm saying. As long as you have those devices in place, you won't have any problems. I think that just moving forward, we need to lock these devices going forward.
And I can always get wristbands. So once they sign the waiver, put the wristband on the kid, and then that's how I know who has a signed waiver.
We did that last time, yeah. They all had different colors like that.
Like I've been doing this for working with kids for almost 30 years.
And you keep saying that, and that's great. But again, it's just a question of the liability. It doesn't matter if you've done it for 1,000 years and nothing ever happened. It's the one time that something happens and you aren't prepared for that. It'll wipe you out. And so that's all the concern is. So I don't want to make light of it. It's unfortunate that you have to always think about that, but we live in a very litigious society, and we have to be cognizant of that because we're supported by taxpayer funds, and we want to make sure that we're protecting those. So that's all.
And I appreciate that we're being supported by taxpayers' funds. That's why I'm trying to keep the costs
Sure.
down and
Right.
reasonable and not overspend.
But all
and be
that's-
cautious.
Right. But all that's
their
for naught if you have a
taxes.
several $1 million lawsuit that comes because of that.
I have the waiver. I sent it to the city manager, and I also sent it to Sal. And it does specifically state to hereby release, discharge, and covenant not to sue Jumpin' Jacks, Bounce Houses, Inc., its affiliates, clubs, organization affiliates, administrators, directors, agents, officers, managers, volunteers, and employees or other participants of premises on which the activity takes place. Each volunteer and employee each considered one of the releases herein from all liability, claims, demands, losses, insures damage to property and other damage. Would you like me to keep going?
No, it's cities included in that.
It'd be all of that, yes. And then it would also include the city
Okay.
of
Well, again,
Richey with the additionally insured. And I don't think we're putting 2 and 2 together of understanding what the insurance actually covers. And I'm trying to explain, like, the insurance does cover the city.
Do you have the insurance? Because this is the waiver.
Yes, and he has the additionally insured.
Okay, because looking at the waiver, here's the problem. The bottom line on this one is the waiver attempts to protect volunteers by including them as release. However, it basically won't protect volunteers. Well, it does not guarantee volunteers won't be protected from lawsuits with this document. And
Well, anyone can sue anybody. That's
Right.
the issue. And
But that's the risk. Well, it goes back to the only thing that I'm looking at is protection of the city against any lawsuit that goes forward, and unless the insurance covers it. Like I said, these waivers of liability just aren't strong enough to protect the city
Let me
from
ask-
liability.
Let me ask a question on the volunteers that would be running this.
Mhm.
If and maybe this would prevent them from doing that, but if we get something from them saying that they're liable for anything that happens under their watch, would that protect us?
Because at the end of the day, we're the owner of the event, and so we, at the end of the day, are overall responsible for everything that occurs.
But that's why Jumpin' Jacks carries and all these house companies have insurance that cover the vendors. I know they also do events for the Pasco County School District, and they've done events in Newport Richey and Port Richey.
That's why I was asking for the insurance policy, so I could take a look at that. Because right now, just with this, the waiver doesn't do much. But that's why I need, if you had the insurance, I could take a look at that, and the insurance maybe can define it better for me. Because right now, I don't have that to look at.
Well, so we're not going to solve for this tonight, and like I said, we've talked about it for the last couple of meetings, and we still don't have a definitive on how that's all going to play out. So I think it just comes down at this point. There's going to be inherent liability involved in having that, and I'll just leave it up to the committee. If somebody wants to make a motion to move forward on the kid stuff, second it, we'll vote, and if it passes, we'll do the best we can, and there'll be. There could potentially be some liability there. I mean, we'll have waivers and we'll have all these other policies with COIs and all that. But at the end of the day, is there a hole somewhere in there if something happens? It sounds like there possibly could be. And that's just something that the committee is going to have to take consideration. So.
There could be a hole in any liability issue. And I am going to make the motion to move forward with the children's events because we would like them to come out and engage and participate. And the whole point was to boost attendance and to have activities for these kids. So again, my motion is to move forward with the children's events.
Well, wait, the children's events, we have a children's events, which is a fishing clinic. I think it's more
Well,
of the
you're
balance.
specifically talking about the
I would like to make a motion to move forward with the bounce houses at the event for the children.
at the $500 price, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Including the additionally insured and
Right,
all
all
the
the-
liability waivers that include everybody.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion and second. Any further discussion?
Is there gonna be like the Centennial, the waivers? Is that what we're doing?
Daniel,
So it's gonna be exactly like the Centennial with the waivers and the wristbands. That's
other than the fact we'll have, I guess, the Jumpin' Jack COI, which we didn't have that before because we just all out rented those other things, right?
Well, that's a couple things. One, if you can reach out to them to send me an actual PDF of this when you get a chance, because it's a picture shot.
Mhm.
There's some of it that's kind of like blurred out and whatnot. So I want to get a cleaner copy. This covers jumping jacks, and that's fine on their behalf. But of course, then these
These cover us too.
these don't cover anything with the city, or
Yes.
nothing mentioned with the city.
What-
So we could probably have two of them, which is fine. Just when these kids come, these parents come here, they would just basically sign off on one and sign off on the other. So we can use the one that we use for the Centennial for our sake, for the city's sake, and it had those as well.
Okay.
So
We can do jumping jacks on one side and then yours on the other side.
I don't see why not. I just, and then that way, or two separate ones. But either way, I think that having both is better than not having anything. And I mean, I do concur with the city manager. It's going to be hard to if something happens, but just like the chairman said, anything can happen at any given point of time. I mean, it doesn't have nothing to do with the bounce houses. Anything could happen on a playground or at one of the tents or one of the musicians. I mean, so you don't want it to happen, but these are the things that we plan for, and this is why we're talking about it. So, but I think having both during that time would be best.
But we're not just having the two liability waiver forms. We're having jumping jacks insurance policy. Add the addendum to include the city of Fort
Yeah, we have
Richey.
COI.
And you had,
And
the
we have
form
insurance
last
as well
time.
for the park as well. So we got plenty of insurance. Sounds like just
And you and your team are going to be handling all the
Yes.
waivers, everything.
Yes.
okay. So any
We
other?
just have to make sure.
Sal or city manager, does something like that have to be inspected? Those inflatables, I thought we had fire check the inflatables when we had the Centennial.
I believe fire will be on
Yeah.
scene anyway, but I can.
We'll have them check.
We can check.
We'll have it just
Okay.
to cover ourselves.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay. Any public comment? Seeing none, put a vote all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. So that takes care of the kids zone stuff. We need to talk about banners, I think. Did we order banners? I know we were talking about doing just a generic banners, which may already be on order. I don't know, but then we're going to basically, once the sponsors done, have a separate sponsor banner. Where we at on that?
Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead.
No, I sent the yard signs out. It's off at they're off at Space Age right now. I just have to send them the banner, but they said they can do a pretty quick turnaround on that. And I need all of the sponsor logos. I have Hidden Creeks, but I need everybody else's. And then I can make our generic sign for the sponsors. But she's just waiting on me. And then also I have signs to go to her. I did not send them yet because I had to tweak a couple. Some that say event parking, some that say vendor parking, with some instructions on like where they need to back in. And then we also have a few signs that say golf cart parking, and I need to send those off as well.
I have all the logos except for the one that was given to us today, which was from who?
Unreal Marine.
Does he have any type of? Are you familiar?
I think so.
If he's got one on his website, I can pull it off of that. That's fine.
I think. Let me look.
Did you say it was called Unreal Marine?
Unreal with
And REL,
REEL.
like a reel for fishing.
And it's just basically Unreal Marine looks like his logo. The words in two different colors. It's unrealmarine.com. I'm assuming that's his logo.
And also just a reminder that we need a W-9 from the inflatable company so they can be paid.
We do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kim, we do you have the chamber logo too? That probably should go on there.
I do. I have the new one. Yes.
Okay.
I'm using the one that you sent me the last time that they had changed back, right?
Yeah, it's just basically that original Pelican with Nature Coast Chamber of Commerce on it.
The one that was on the holidays. That one, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Just
Yeah, I
if you
have
want
it,
to shoot it to me, I can clarify. But if you go out to the website, you'll see it too.
Yeah. No, I think I have the most recent one from Holidays on the Bayou.
Okay. Anything else on the marketing stuff? I know that I did see a Facebook post out for Hidden Creek, so also we can get those other ones out for the other sponsors.
Those are the other ones that have already been posted on Facebook.
Oh, they have? Okay.
It's been getting a lot of shares, and a lot of people are writing every time we share it with like any group. A lot of people are sharing it themselves. So it's going viral. Hopefully.
It seemed like there was something else that we solidified the tent. The tent's what we need to talk about.
So, yeah, I don't know if it was included in your agenda, but I can go over the updated quote that I received from Coastal Rental Center.
Yeah, it's in here.
Okay.
Go ahead. So
so it's a smaller tent and with tables and chairs comes out to $983.
That's a big difference from
And that's
1,700. Wow.
But that's a 20 by 40 tent. So
Right.
it's a smaller size tent, but it'll still give you guys something to fall back on. And then it also includes the same tables and chairs.
what was the larger one was what?
1,700.
No, the size.
30 by 60.
I think it was 30 by 60.
30 by 60.
Same as the one as they have. Troy, yours is 30 by 60, correct? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, that was a 30 by 60. This is a 20 by 40.
I'm looking online here. I know last meeting I looked as well. You could get a 20 by 40 heavy duty party tent for $431. Last meeting I found one was about 1,000. To me, it would make more sense than spending the $500 some odd dollars just to rent it, just to buy a 20 by 40.
Well, so where we were at with last meeting was we were going to move forward without a tent. We were going to look at the weather. So
The weather now is
what's the weather look like for that? Let's see.
it says rain probability 2%, and then low clouds, then perhaps some sun. 78 degrees high. Cloud cover 83%.
And I will say this, we'll get volunteers together, even if we did move forward to buy one, we'll take care of that every time. I'll put a team together and we'll set it up. The church will set it up instead of relying on staff to do it.
So
Because I know that was a concern.
Yeah. So where'd you get your weather from?
AccuWeather.
Okay, I went to weather.com just for another. This is Saturday 14th, partly cloudy, 24% chance of rain at this point. And it's
I
always
know that 13 it says 55% chance of rain,
different.
and 65 the night, the day before.
And, yeah, so you're not right up on it, but it does say Thursday the 12th is a 59% chance, so you're going to have some activity potentially around that same time. That may shift a day or two or whatever, so we could be looking at that. We still have your opportunity to bring what you have over to set it up after you tear it down.
Yes,
Bring that, and that wouldn't cost anything. All right,
just a lot of labor.
it's a lot of labor. Right.
I'd make a motion to move forward with the tent that we already have that would be donated.
Are we doing it just to do it, or are we doing it to see when it rains, or we just put it
What
up?
was the motion? I'm
Motion
sorry. I
to
didn't hear.
use the church's tent, and they'll set it up for us.
If we use one. I guess.
If we use one, I mean, I think we're at that crossroads now. We make a decision. You know, you never know. I would hate not to have one.
And then it happens.
And like I said, and I would hate to, I hate to keep spending the money on it. So it would be my thought that since we do have the resource, we get it up, let's use it again. And then moving forward, we'll look at opportunity to purchase one, and then we'll figure out how to put it up and down. Maybe we get a couple smaller ones that not as hard to do, and then we invest the money that way, and we'll have them that way. We don't have to keep doing this every event. So, but we do have a motion for the church's tent to just go ahead and set that up like we did last time. Is there a second for that?
If
No.
you don't want to do it, that's fine.
No second?
Well,
Okay. Well, that
Yeah.
motion-
No, you can't second?
I can't second.
Oh, second.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I'm sorry.
Looking for an email.
If it's open for discussion, do you want to do that work?
we can surely do it. I just set it up Saturday, so you're asking me.
Yeah. It's not the optimal moment for.
Yeah, not the optimal, but we will surely do it.
All right.
And we're opening up for discussion.
Well, so I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Just we could surely use help, and it would be a good opportunity for anybody, maybe even that's watching online, to learn how to set up a tent.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we did the last time. And
Yeah.
every time we set it up, we're constantly training new volunteers. So be an opportunity for Christina to learn.
Yeah.
You may not see me the next 3 days after.
I think the maker of the motion is required to be there. And maybe even the second. I don't know.
No,
we make a
no,
motion on that?
Yeah, so we got a
I
motion
did
and
it so we
second.
can discuss, not so.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay. Any public comment? Seeing none, I'll put it to the vote. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Kim, did you?
Nay.
Okay, I got one nay.
I'm a no. I'm a nay.
Okay, motion carries.
I have a question. So
Sure.
should we make a motion to purchase a tent moving forward, or look into the idea of purchasing a tent moving forward?
Yeah, well, I think by consensus, we don't even
Yeah.
necessarily motion, but by consensus, is there anybody opposed to looking at options going forward to purchase a tent or tents, and we can get some prices or whatever and reach out to some of these folks? Anybody opposed to that? Okay, so,
No, but
I am if
well,
if it falls back on the city to have to put it together.
well, so Troy said that if we were to have that, he could get volunteers as well that could help put that up so it wouldn't be on the city. But regardless, we would have the asset, and we would just need to find people to put it up. So, but
Okay.
again, if we go that route, I think that let's look and consider that and see if we find anything. And there might be opportunities for used larger ones or something that we could pick up and use.
The thing is these smaller, like these 20 by 40s, they go up really easy versus, a big revival tent or circus tent like we have. I mean, normally you don't just set that up for one
Right.
day. I mean, it's because it's a lot of work.
Yeah, and like I say, I think we would look at maybe get a couple smaller ones.
Yeah, a couple smaller
That were easier to
ones.
put up.
Yeah.
And it makes it, they'd be good to have.
Yeah.
And like I said, we've got sponsorship money that we'd be throwing out to rent them. Let's just use that to invest in an asset that we can use for anything. So okay. So consensus on that. Anything else?
I would like to go back to what you had said previously, because I actually did find his logo online and I saved it to the desktop. I don't know if you
The
can see
Unreal
it.
Marine, is it
Yes.
different than the?
It is. It's a lot different.
Oh.
So I just sent it to.
I wonder why they don't have that on our website.
It is. It's at the bottom left.
Oh, really?
Wait, so because I think their logo is basically how it's written, Unreal Marine. I have it on my.
If you like to check your email, can you shoot it to everybody by any chance, or print it?
No.
Well, here, let me just pull it up. Unreal. Or you just at the bottom.
Bottom left. I saved it to the desktop. I don't know if everyone's desktop looks the same.
The one that says the Unreal Marine difference.
No, down at the bottom. Right there.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember. Yeah, they've got a big
Fish.
that's a
I don't know what type of
mahi or
fish.
whatever it is, or dolphin, whatever the thing is. I'm not sure. I'm not a big fish guy, but yeah, that's I have seen that a lot. At the bottom of his website, bottom left, you'll see that
And I
original
emailed it.
Unreal Marine logo.
I emailed
So
it to
that's
Sal.
that's their logo, or the way they have their title name
Yeah,
on the corner of their website.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe that's their old one. They're switching that thing. I can ask Brad, or
on the truck, the Unreal Marine.
yeah,
That one.
we probably need to ask him which one he wants to use. I'll give you a cell phone number, so you just, or I can get it to you. What do you want me to do?
You can get to
I'll get it for you.
Thank you.
He's going to get his form anyway tomorrow, so I will let you know.
Okay. Next up, porta potties. I saw
Can we
this.
go back before porta potties? So
Porta potty.
tables and chairs then?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Tables and chairs. So we could rent those. You said if we were bringing a tent, you bring the chairs and tables anyway. So I think we're good on that. So we don't need anything.
So nothing from Coastal Rental.
That's correct.
And I think that would be great also because it was $186 fee just for delivery.
Oh, was I?
So
Yes.
I'm a numbers
Just
person.
everything.
Yeah. Well, I know it's a couple $100 for the chairs or whatever. That didn't include the delivery fee.
The delivery fee was an additional.
Well, it probably was less if it was just
I
chairs.
think it was $120 for all the chairs and $84 for all the tables. So
204.
they had a delivery of $189, but that was
That
included
was with the tent and everything. So
That included the tent, so it might be partial of
Yeah.
that. But if
Well,
they're
he got covered. He got bring it away.
it's just null and void then. All right, and then we can move on.
Could we could we put as a sponsor, in kind sponsor, Light of the World? Is it whose tent is that? Is that Light of the World's or is that?
Light of the world.
Yeah. That we put that on the, as an in kind sponsor for that tent, and that's it, putting up and all that, just to give a little recognition.
I don't see why not.
Well, yeah, thank you.
Is Pastor Leonard? That's the name of the church.
Light of the World
Yeah.
Tabernacle.
Oh, so then you're a sponsor.
Yeah.
So no fee, no vendor.
Good point.
Yeah. Thank you, my nod. So porta potties. Last time we said we wanted, or we were going to look into 3 handicap rental unit. So it's actually $20 more than having from our last invoice. So
$10 each.
yeah,
$20.
more.
Yeah, we moved
Yes,
forward on that, didn't we?
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't lock it in because you said to find out how much it was going to be.
Yeah.
We made the
Oh, they
motion.
clarified it.
It's
Yeah, but we made a
6:30.
motion last
Yeah, we made a
time
motion
that
to
said to include if it was
it's
an
20 to do
additional
it.
$20, then we're
Oh,
still
then we
moving
were
forward
doing
with it.
Okay.
So they verified it was 20. So yeah, just get the 3 handicap ones and then the sink.
Now, is it those blue handicap ones?
I don't know.
Has anyone, maybe not for this event at this point, but future events, the ones where they have a trailer that comes in with three.
Someone reached out, another porta potty company. They sent me an email. So for the events committee, so I'll figure out with them to see for Boom on the Bayou.
The trailer when it comes in and has.
I don't know if it's a trailer. I guess she saw that we were doing the event and she just reached out. So I don't know if that's something, Sal, if you want me to find out and then and send you the info or.
Yeah, if you want to look into see if they're just the same as a porta potty company.
Yeah, they're a porta potty company, but not named porta potty. So it's the same type of.
Yeah, the restroom trailers they
Yeah.
pull in. It's
Well,
they're
I
air
don't know if
conditioned.
I don't know what they have. I just know that she wanted to sell us porta potties, like toilets.
That brings up a really good point because with the public defender's office and, they do all the outreach. I know we've had the medical bus come and they got the porta potty thing as well, with showers and stuff. I know we don't need showers, but we had them out there during the hurricane.
Right.
I believe. Maybe we could get them to donate further down the road, working with them, and we wouldn't have this expense.
Those are FEMA supply trailers during the hurricane. I
Oh,
don't
that
know if
works.
I think they only keep them for emergency
No.
reasons. I
And
don't think they donate them for emergency service. For events. They they keep those trailers on hand for emergencies.
That makes sense. How about the public defender's office that does the mobile medical with the bathrooms and stuff like
We
that?
have to
Do
look into that.
you know?
Oh, I think Mike Fasano runs them or did.
That in
Um,
that list.
They did have the ones, and I don't know which one is which. The one out on 52, east of Land O'Lakes Boulevard. On the right hand side, they have all those porta potties and all the trailers. And I just pulled up the trailer. Like one is for men, one is for women, and then they have the triple one, and they have ones with 2, 4, 3. They have all different trailers. And even with these ones have steps. I'm sure they have the other ones that are handicap accessible. But why don't we use the ones at the park for handicap or for to be open?
Because
No.
the band and stuff out there, it's
Oh,
Yeah, last time they trashed it or they stuck something and
somebody
Public Works had to
flushed
come
a
out.
can down. They had to come
Yeah.
out and pull it out. It was a mess. So they
closed them. It was a trailer. It's a restroom trailer. It's a company. Clean. Oh, I just had it here. Clean restroom or something.
yeah. So the quote's in here is 630 is the total quote.
Yeah.
So
this one is Jones, and there's just water trip.
Well, we need to get this locked in. I'll make a motion.
I think we did already though. The
well, we're good.
porta-
We made the motion last time as long as it was $20. So just to clarify, since it was just $20 higher, let's do the 3 handicap rental units
Yes.
and the 1 sink.
Okay.
So that's good on that.
Has it ever been a concern that it's right in the middle of the food vendors?
Not really right. No, it's like
Okay.
more. The food is like 15 feet away, so it's pretty good actually.
Um,
It gets people to wash their hands too before they eat.
And so, just for the record, just because I didn't, Kim reached out, so we got the nay vote on the church tent, but she also voted nay on the inflatables. I didn't catch that one. I don't.
Oh, I didn't.
So this for the record on that, she
Okay.
voted nay on both those. So, let's see what else do we need to discuss?
Kim, I have a question on the site plan that we have for like the tents and everything. How many vendor spots do we have there?
I think there's 44,
Okay,
but we have a little bit of room
yeah,
to add.
okay, because we're at 58 now, and then what I did was I also, I put a deadline for March 9th at 6 p.m. for
Okay.
any vendor that wants to register, and then that'll be the cutoff completely.
For which day?
Monday, March 9th at 6 p.m.
Okay. Okay.
And then, Sal, I did have a question for you. For Veronica, do I have to give her a list of all the vendors and then their earnings, or is it just like the chamber as a whole saying this is how much everybody made?
So just so you're clear, and I saw your thing to the vendors or whatever. It's just earnings means different things, different people. We need revenue, which means whatever they took in, not what they made. So if their sales, their gross sales is what
Gross.
you need. Well, you said earnings, and I figured you
Yeah,
probably
revenue.
misunderstood.
So
It's gross
how-
sales. That's correct, right?
Yes.
Their gross sales, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what is that? What
It's
is that?
tracking for the park. They just because the FCT park, they
Are
have to
you
know.
are you handling the food vendors and the tent
Yes,
vendors?
I'm handling all
So
of them
so yes. So as a whole.
as a whole.
As a whole.
Okay, so you don't need a list or
No,
anything.
this
Makes
here's a
it so much
total.
easier. So this is how much it is, and
Yes.
okay, perfect.
Because they're all under the chamber. So
Correct.
it's basically that's
Yeah, the chamber brought in this much in gross sales.
Okay, and did we gave the application and everything?
No, so that's going to bring it up. So I have the application. I have the COI for the chamber. I just need to turn that in. I was going to get that to you probably tomorrow.
okay.
So you'll have that.
Yeah, they've been asking me about that diligently. So please,
Yep.
if you can drop
Yep.
that off tomorrow, so they can double check it, and make sure if there's any changes that need to be made.
Now Ron went through a procedure, so he's been out of pocket for a little bit. So sorry.
Does the building department need a list of the food trucks for the inspections?
She'll probably need those
A list of them?
just in case we have
Yeah.
to do, and we have to make sure those are
Well, any-
spaced apart.
Not just food trucks, anybody using a gas.
Right.
Yeah, any of the tent,
Yes,
any
yes.
of the tent vendors that are going to be using any type of flammable, material. So
Yeah,
if they're
and we're
using,
telling-
even if it's a burner to heat up
Okay.
candles or anything like that, anything that's flammable that can cause the tent to catch on fire or anything like that, we need to know of. So fire can inspect, and then the building official can inspect.
Okay, and I did let them know that the inspections are gonna be at 9 a.m. I told everyone that anybody that has gas, I said propane and electricity. I didn't know, I just covered it 9 a.m.
Okay.
So, and we have a list, so. Okay,
The
perfect.
food vendors need to be at least 15 feet apart from each other.
15 feet apart. Mhm. That's it that I have.
And then if you have any of the individual tents, what I would try to do is kind of segregate them from the other tents,
Yes.
as much as you can. I know it's going to be hard with the amount of room we have, but the more space, the better, just
Yeah.
in case.
We have right now,
I would probably try to put even if it's a food tent,
yeah,
it's
with the food.
kind of along the perimeter.
Yeah.
So that basically if you walk down,
Yes.
you get all your options.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We have 9 foods
Yes.
and 9 food trucks and 7 tents.
Yeah. So maybe have the food tents across from each
Yeah.
other and carry the
Some
food
of the
trucks on
tents are like little desserts and stuff. So the tents like little macaroons and things. So those can be
Oh yeah.
if they're food,
Food,
like we have
yeah.
the sushi guy.
Right.
I'll put him in
put
the
them
line.
kind of line.
Yeah.
If you're selling just little cupcakes or something,
Yeah, I mean, we don't want.
you can mix them in.
Yeah. Okay, that's all the questions I have.
Okay.
That's it.
I did hear from the Tarpon Springs Fishing Club, and so let me go back. So there was questions could use the new logo for their trophies. Council allowed that, so they're putting that on the trophies. They made a request that they're going to launch the kayaks and stuff from Brasher Park, and they need that open by 6 a.m. that Saturday. I don't know if that's before they would normally get open, but we make sure it's open by 6 a.m.
Okay. What?
Go-
6 a.m. on the 14th? On the 14th.
On the 14th, yeah, they're going to have people going out there for the fishing tournament.
Okay.
Rod texted me, said that he's not going to make it tonight, but need to sort out the approved crossing times. They're wrapping up at 5, so needs to have enough time for people to cross 19 and then hit the locations west of 19. And then time after the event to get back across. So the proposed crossing times that he said is 4 to 4:30, and then 6 to 6:30 for those who can't stay for the concert, and then 9 to 9:30 for those who are staying.
At what time does their event start? Was it
They're starting over in Newport Richey, so I'm not.
so we don't care about the time.
It starts at 10 or something.
Sal, did you get any more W-9s today from the bands?
Yes, I received 2. And
Okay.
they're already entered into the system.
Okay, and you already have, because Diane and Larry were already paid by check, so they should still already be,
They
Right.
should already be in the system, yes.
okay. Thank you.
I'd like to get invoices up front from the bands and Larry as well, Kim. So I don't know if we can get that, so then that way we can prepare the checks so they're ready at the time of the event. I don't want anyone
Oh, yeah.
like we had to do last time. We had to pay the band and then reimburse. So if we can get invoices from them, then we can get the checks cut. And
Okay.
Caroline or yourself.
I can ask Lisa. I can ask Lisa.
Yeah, that way we'll.
You want me to do that, or you want to do it, Kim?
I can ask her because I asked her for the W-9 to get the invoices.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, anyone and jumping jacks as well. All of those. We should get a list together by next meeting and make sure that that's all covered for so we can have all the checks cut in advance.
Didn't Jumping Jacks give an invoice already? Or was that next
Yes, that was his invoice.
Yeah, we've got their invoice, so we'll
I already
process
asked him
that.
for the W-9.
Yeah, we'll need their W-9. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Anything else?
Anybody else that we have? No, the bands, the jumping.
The porta potties will be, that's
Yeah.
that could be handled after the fact. They usually they don't need a check that day. I'm more concerned about the bands. And if jumping jacks don't need the check at the day of the event, that's fine. Just let me know in advance if they want the check. That's fine. We can do that. If they can wait till the following working day, just let me know.
I like to have it to
Yeah, if that's
Hand
fine,
it
then we'll
to
cut. We'll make sure we cut them. The bands, the DJ. I think that's everything else. Unless you have any other. Are we bringing in any other vendors that require a separate payment, or
that I know of.
everyone else is just selling something?
Everyone else is selling things,
Okay.
I believe.
All right.
Yeah, because we don't have anything else.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Aaron?
then,
Go ahead.
oh yes, I wanted to speak about all of us if who's going to participate in doing things. What are we doing so that when we get there we know what to do? Is that something we speak now or we speak on the 9th? I don't know if we're having the meeting on the 9th next
Well, so
Monday.
we can. I don't know if we necessarily need one. Unless we just want to
Yeah.
convene to, and we can. I mean, we keep it on the calendar to show up in case we need to talk about anything, or we can cancel it. So
Yeah. So I
I
know I'm handling the venues. I mean the vendors.
should have it.
have it. Okay. Anybody have a problem having a meeting? I mean, it might be a short one, but at least we'll get together and that way if
I
we.
don't know if I can
Yeah.
come, but yeah.
I may or may not be in town, but I can Zoom.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and leave the meeting for Monday, 6.
I won't be able to be here next
Okay.
Monday.
Okay. Well,
I may or may
2,
not.
3, 4. We should have quorum. Like I said, maybe short, but at least we'll just get together and.
5. Is 5 at 1?
Yes,
5,
we
yeah.
have 5.
Okay.
Is Kim going to be back next week? Kim, you be back next week?
I think she was out. Right?
Am I what?
Are you here next week?
The 9th?
Yes.
Yes, I'll be back. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we should be fine.
Wait.
If we could for that meeting, since we have all the costs and stuff, if we could get a list of the budget where we're at and where we're going to end up after this event, that'd be nice to have.
So I wanted just because I don't know if I'm going to be here next meeting or not, and just so we know. So I'm handling all the vendors. Christina's handling the kid zone. Kim, I know is
The inflatables.
the kid zone, the inflatables. Yeah,
Well, there's other kid events.
yeah. No, but that's the fishing
Clarifying.
clinic.
Yeah.
So
You going to handle the playground too?
Where is the fishing clinic at?
it's
On
by
the north end, south end of the park,
by the
on that pier down there.
Okay.
fire.
And just let you know, I did touch base with John from Whiskey River. They are offering, they said it wouldn't be a problem to use their dock either if they wanted to.
Okay.
That's on them
Okay.
though. There's given options.
Yeah, I think they're going to set a tent or
Doing the
something in the
park.
back or something. But
So I know Kim, you're doing the parking, right?
The what? I'm sorry.
The parking.
Yes, and wherever else needed. Yes.
Wherever's near, okay. And then we have the tent, we're not selling anything. The events tent, right?
No.
Nobody,
do we have shirts left? No.
Handful, maybe.
we'll just put other event, I guess the Boom on the Bayou and stuff like that.
Just give out material. I mean, we got coins and stuff. But I don't know if they.
We have Centennial coins still. We haven't gone forward with the new brand yet. That's probably should be something we should be talking about going forward. If we're going to start doing shirts, coins,
Mhm.
other stuff with the new brand.
And so,
I also don't have time to put that stuff together now. So focus on for Boom on the Bayou, maybe trying to get something.
Coins would take several weeks.
we
So,
do Boom on the Bayou.
yeah. So I think if we're going to have something, just hand out the material or whatever we have.
And then who else is available from the committee to do something? Or just for a little bit, if they want to. I know I'm going to be there all day, but I'm going to be vendors, nature coast, things like that.
I'll be there all day, but I'll have.
I'll be there all day too, Caroline.
I'm
So
available as well. Like early morning, I might have to step out for like.
Yeah.
Do like you did last time with the vendors and stuff.
Yes,
I'm gonna
I
need
can
help with
do
vendors.
anything. Yeah.
So yeah, so I know.
Amanda has a tent. Or no, you're not.
No, I'm
so,
not doing, so
yeah,
I'm
so
free.
Amanda's free. She can help.
Amanda's free. Okay.
I'll have a tent there.
Yes,
But I'll
I
be
know.
there, so I'll
Yeah.
be
Okay.
somewhat available.
Are you gonna be in the kid zone?
Actually,
say, I'm sorry.
that would be a pretty good place for me. I could.
Yeah, wherever you
But
can.
I'd probably bring my kids then.
Yeah, you
but,
can
Go,
be
of
there.
course.
But with that, I'll have grandma and grandpa. So
I know, and I know it's
There
not
you
the
go.
whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, just like so we know, I know in the morning, just so you guys know, in the morning, I know for sure it's gonna be hectic. So like vendors and parking, right, Kim?
Yes, ma'am.
And at 10 a.m. when it starts, 10:30 and stuff like that, just and then after it'll just go. I think parking's gonna be the big issue.
So what time do we need to
Yes.
be there in the morning?
So the
By
morning, the
8?
setup begins at 8. Yeah,
Okay, I
8
can be
a.m.
there. I
for the
can be there
vendors.
by
Yeah,
8.
I don't know if I'm gonna have my
And I'm
crew.
hoping to have the park ready by Thursday, Friday with the stakes. So hopefully the vendors coming in go quickly, but we have to get them out of the field and parked too.
Yes. So I'm thinking of ways of making it easy and painless for them. I did write. Did I? Yes, I did write. Don't look at me like that. I did write to all the
I'm just waiting for you to
vendors.
tell me what you're going to tell me.
I did write to them and I said that they need to be in and out of. They have to unload and load quickly. Did I write that to them? I don't even know if I did, but I know I'm putting it on the days of instructions. They have to unload and load quickly. Whatever they got to do is quick. If there's no space for them to go, when they're driving, if all the tents around them are already up, then you got to walk it, whatever it is. I did write it. No cars. They can't be moving at all.
Mhm.
They can leave at 9 p.m. If they need to leave, they
Good.
have to leave their setup. And if it's an issue, they have to tell us because we don't want anybody moving at all.
No, that was ridiculous. The last event with people driving in and out 900 times.
So we can, especially with this one, we have 58 vendors plus three bands, right?
Yes.
DJ, people, kids, inflatable dogs. I mean, golf carts. So probably bikes. So
You say inflatable dogs?
inflatable dogs, yes.
I know we had those.
Inflatables and dogs.
Are they covered under our
Yes.
insurance
Yeah,
policy?
of course.
Okay.
No,
Is this dog friendly?
It is dog. Yeah, it's pet friendly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I might bring my cat in his stroller. So I
And
know.
Caroline, you reminded them also about generators and gas and
Yes.
whatever they
I know,
need.
I
Please make sure that they have everything.
Yes, I did. So I know I did
Thank
send that
you.
email. So I sent the email. I told them, I said they need to bring their own gas. If they are done with the gas, they're going to have to shut down because we're not giving gas. Public Works is not going to do it. The city is not going to provide gas. They're not going to
Or
provide
ice.
lights.
No gas or ice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, ice too?
Yep.
Wow. So ice, I said they're not going to provide lights either. I said the park has lights, but it's not that illuminated. Bring your own lights. I told them what time sunset was, which is like a 6 something, or 7 to whatever it was. And what was the other thing?
Perfect.
I did tell them about the movie of the cars, the gas, not to say the ice, and they have to be self-sufficient.
Mhm.
And that's it. Okay. Just want to make sure. And
Just so you know, the clocks will be moving forward next week.
yeah, spring forward. That's right. Oh, that's why the sunset is later. I mean, later. Yeah.
Oh, is it that?
'Cause it was 7 something.
Is it that Sunday
Yeah, this
after
Sunday.
the event?
Is it
No,
this
it's
Sunday?
Sunday,
No,
the
it's
8th.
this weekend.
This-
coming.
This weekend.
Yeah.
Like as in Saturday night, right?
Yeah.
Or Sunday morning?
Yeah, Sunday morning.
So I told them that, and okay, I just want to make sure that we got it.
Do we? Is the LED truck available for deployment?
Sure.
Deployment. So there was a couple thoughts that I had on that. Because it's the second Saturday market that's got moved from Walmart, so we could have it over in Walmart parking lot in where the thing is. So people, of course, it's only been going for a couple months, so probably not that big a deal. It's probably better off right there on 19, kind of where we had it before for Holidays on Bayou, with the arrows pointing down towards the park. So
I know how to do that.
yeah, now challenge for it. Has it been used since the holiday? Okay, so it's
I'm
still
a little busy lately.
so it still should work. I know I had to fix a fan in there to keep it cool. So
Yes, everything works.
awesome.
I think.
Okay. So we can use that for advertising day of.
Sure.
And actually, we could probably,
Do it the night before,
Night before.
couple nights before.
yeah. I'll check with,
Now that it's clear, you can see the,
You can
Yeah.
see the park.
the
Yeah.
park, which is good.
Yeah.
Because before people don't even like it's Sims Park, New Park, no waterfront.
do you,
Turn here.
you've got all the things, you go ahead and get that set up, right?
Yeah, let me know what flyers you want to
They're
have
just
on
hooked
it.
on the
And
bayou and,
just nothing with white background.
yeah, it's, I
That's
think
all we have. No.
it's,
Then you're out of
they
luck.
hooked on the bayou, it's like, it's a yellowish background, I think,
Yeah.
or something.
All right, I'll double check.
Yeah,
It's like a water.
oh, no, it's blue.
It's a lot of white. We'll see. I'll check into it.
Yes, and Kim has all
blue.
the media if you need to reach out to her to get anything. Anything else?
This is hooked on the bike, or just send me the other info too,
What info?
like the fishing tournament and stuff.
Oh.
Well, I would just focus on getting them to the park, hooked on the bayou there. I wouldn't worry about
Okay.
individual events just because it's be too much information to consume. We just want to make sure that they know, hey, it's going on today over there.
Okay. Maybe I'll double check the colors, make sure it's okay, and then worst case scenario, I can. Who made this?
Kim.
Kim. Kim. Okay. Sounds great.
Okay.
Probably just do this portion right from
Yeah, something
here,
like Sea Festival and have the arrows going
and
there.
then rotate it through.
Anything else? I think, Sal, you think of anything? We good to go? Anything from utilities aspect that,
We'll have Public Works, at least a minimum of 3 on staff in the park, and police and fire already are aware,
okay.
so they'll be there. And they're still working on the park right now, just making sure everything is taken care of before the event.
Okay. Cool. Don, you got anything? Good city side?
Good, Chuck.
Right. Let's close that topic and move on to old business. Any old business?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye. Oh, it doesn't say.
Next Monday, same time, same place.
Alrighty. Oh, good. Does this automatically log you out?
No, you gotta shut
I'm gonna log in off.
Because it didn't pop up, but when it's